안녕하세요. Riding on the Korean wave. Welcome to Wednesday's edition of The Culture Wave. I'm Kwon So-ah in Seoul. Explore with us Korea's culture from all aspects and stay up to date with K-entertainment, K-festivals, K-food, K-everything. And we're going to do all of that with our co-host Walter Lee in the studio. Hello, Walter.
Hello, Soa, and hello to our viewers at home. I'm Walter Lee. I have the latest in K-Enter news just for you, so stick around.
And we're also joined by Arirang's news features reporter Park Gon.
Jeez.
Hi guys, I did not think of that. And also a big hello to our viewers as well. I'm Park Gon-woo, news features reporter at Arirang News. And I got some exciting news just for you, so stay tuned.
So there was a reason for why I introduced you in a spooky way. Now, it's pretty scorching hot these days in Korea, but Kon-woo, you brought us something that might make us forget the heat.
Yes. So this time I visited a Korean folk village located in Yongin in Gyeonggi-do province that recreates a traditional village based on the Joseon dynasty, which lasted about 500 years in Korea until like 1910. But this summer, daily between 4 p.m. and midnight, this village transforms into a haunted world full of traditional Korean ghosts and spine-chilling horror experiences. So, stick with me and prepare for this horrifying night. A quiet, peaceful village by day. But as darkness falls, a chill creeps in and eerie whispers echo through the air. Under the crescent moon, ghosts began to appear. Summer may be the hottest season, but for many in Korea, it's also the coolest in a spooky kind of way. One popular destination is the Horror Village in the Dead of Night Festival, running until the end of August at the Korean folk village in Yongin in Gyeonggi-do province. Korean ghosts are souls with unresolved sorrow, or han. They don't just scare you, but they carry a story, one they never got to finish. So what kind of sorrow are you holding on to?
결혼을 못한 채로 죽었어.
From virgin ghosts to a local version of the Grim Reaper, these traditional Korean spirits send chills down visitors' spines, especially when they appear out of nowhere.
It's been scorching hot lately, so I thought this horror experience might blow away the heat. I kept sweating and shivering.
It's way different to watching movies.
From haunted escape rooms to scream-filled walkthroughs, flashing red lights and scary sounds greet those who dare to enter.
나가! 이리 들어오는 거 아니야? 저쪽이야! 잘못 들어왔어!
Even the food gets creepy, including the bloody finger latte, topped with a broken finger-shaped cookie. Some restaurants are splattered with blood, with things appearing above visitors' heads.
I thought it was a regular restaurant until I saw ghosts hanging above. I almost fell over in shock, but it's unique and fun. I was too scared to even feel the heat.
The restrooms are also haunted, dimly lit up with red lights, with ghosts waiting for you, some appearing in the mirror. At the end of the night, visitors who turned into ghosts with costumes and painted faces competed with each other to see who was the scariest. It seems like a peaceful, happy ending. But beware, these ghosts will return with the next dark night until August 24th. So, for those looking for an experience of Korea's haunted summer night, good luck.
Doesn't it feel a little more chillier in here now?
It does now, yes.
Behind you.
That's just me.
Oh no! Well, Kon-woo, it was a very exciting story, and you kind of reminded me of one of the members of Saja Boys in there with the cut that you were wearing. But can you tell us a little bit more about your experience that night?
Yes, I thought I could handle these horror content, but maybe I just overestimated myself. I couldn't handle it. I did make it out of the horror escape room on site, but I was completely freaked out whenever this new type of ghost just popped right in front of my face. And there are also upgraded versions.
Oh no.
Oh, really?
I didn't try them, but if you dare to, they cost around $10. So that might be a good to try as well. So judging by the non-stop like screaming coming out from those places, it really thought maybe those can blow away all your heat. And to be honest, I don't even know if they even made it out. So if you are a horror enthusiast, this festival is a must visit. So check out the Horror Festival's official website, as you can see on the screen right now. And multilingual services are available in English, Japanese, and Chinese as well.
Well, that's actually right up my alley because I am a horror enthusiast. I absolutely love horror and ghosts and all this kind of stuff. But what's happening recently is quite interesting because K-occult themes are gaining a lot of popularity these days, right, Konu?
Right. So a great example would be Netflix's animated film K-pop Demon Hunters, as you mentioned at the beginning of our show. That's gone viral worldwide. It features a Korean-style approach to fighting ghosts and demons rooted in traditional shamanistic beliefs. And spiritual themes are deeply embedded in Korean culture, as we also saw in the blockbuster movie Exuma. The horror genre itself used to be considered an enthusiast-only genre, but lately, with richer storytelling and cultural depth, it's gaining more mainstream appeal.
Korean content goes beyond simple good versus evil narratives. They reflect a more inclusive worldview, along with incorporating traditional Korean and broader Asian values. That's what global audiences find so refreshing.
He added that thrillers based on everyday life are now trending worldwide, so combining everyday horror with these occult themes while exploring universal issues that humanity faces today could make Korean horror even more powerful. That's especially because Korean ghosts often represent people who suffer from hardship in life, as you saw in my package.
And Konu, aren't these themes also showing up in dance performances?
That's right. So these horror-inspired themes aren't just limited to these films, but also the dance scene as well. Recently, the Korean dance crew Bums Up went viral with a mega crew performance that incorporated K-occult elements. The choreography, based on a dream where messengers of death appear as gatekeepers between life and death, captivated global audiences, garnering over 10 million views within just 3 days.
Well, I guess a little bit of horror in entertainment can be healthy to some extent.
Yes.
But thank you very much, Konu, for that. And good luck on your way home. And
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck, Walter.
Thank you, Konu.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now time for K Entertainment News with Walter Lee. Starting off with Tomorrow Buy Together, what do you have?
Yes, so according to a report by Oricon Japan on Tuesday, Tomorrow Buy Together, or TXT, or Tubatu, they have their 4th studio album out, and the Star Chapter is what it's called, and it sold over 304,000 copies in its first week, securing the #1 spot on the latest weekly album chart. Now, this marks TXT's highest weekly album sales to date on Oricon, surpassing their previous record of 303,000 copies with their second Japanese album called Sweet. Now, TXT has become the first foreign artist to top the Oricon weekly album chart with 12 consecutive releases. Now, since first reaching #1 in 2020 with the Dream Chapter, Eternity, every album they've released has debuted at the top of the chart, showcasing their continued dominance in Japan.
Now, Walter, recently, actor Park Bo-gum
Yes.
has been appointed as honorary ambassador for Korea tourism. And now there is good news for Seoul tourism.
Yes, specifically Seoul tourism. So the Seoul Metropolitan Government and the Seoul Tourism Organization announced that Jenny, yes, that Jenny, has been appointed as the 2025 honorary ambassador for Seoul tourism. Now, Jenny has consistently expressed her deep love for the city, describing Seoul as a city that inspires me and saying Seoul's vibe perfectly matches my style. Now, the new campaign titled Absolutely in Seoul highlights the endless possibilities the city has to offer, captured through stylish and visually compelling content. The campaign will begin with a teaser released on Friday, this coming Friday, and will roll out globally across Visit Seoul's official YouTube channel and social media platforms, so just wait a couple more days for that.
Well, this news immediately reminded me of Jennie's song, Seoul City.
Yes, yes.
her Seoul City
Maybe that's
song.
the reason why she was cast.
Maybe it's got something to do with that. But let's talk about our next story. It looks like people still can't get enough of Squid Game.
That's quite true. I mean, it's been out for a while now, but Squid Game Season 3 has maintained its #1 position in Netflix's non-English TV category for 5 consecutive weeks since its release. Now, according to Netflix's official site, Tadam's Netflix's Top 10 on Wednesday, Squid Game Season 3 recorded 4.6 million views, that's 28.59 million viewing hours from July 21st to July 27th. Now, making it the most watched non-English TV show during that period. Now, not only that, and staying on the topic of K-viewership content, the thriller film Wall to Wall, also known as 84 Square Meters, starring Kang Han-woo, topped the non-English film category last week with roughly 7.8 million views. Now, this thriller follows Woo-sung, played by Kang Han-woo, a young man who manages to buy his own 80 square meter apartment, only to be tormented by mysterious, unidentifiable noises from upstairs. Now, since its release on July 18th, the film has claimed the #1 spot in the global top 10 non-English films category for 2 consecutive weeks. Hopefully, it will be there for a lot longer.
So that's Wall to Wall, and thank you, Walter, for that K-Inter news, and stick around.
You're full of jokes, thank you.
And now let's move over to our AI anchor, Adi, for more culture-related news. Adi?
Hello and welcome to your AI guide to the latest cultural updates from Korea. Here's our top story. Culture Minister nominee Choi Woo-young has pledged to mobilize all policy resources to usher in a 300 trillion won, or roughly $220 billion K-culture era to attract 30 million foreign tourists annually. The promise came during his confirmation hearing at the National Assembly, where he highlighted the K-content industry as a core engine of the nation's economy. To further expand the K-culture market, Choi said he will strengthen policy financing and tax incentives for content intellectual property development, while boosting investment in cultural technology R&D. Choi also pledged to craft a new strategy for K-tourism, aiming to channel the global popularity of K-culture into increased travel to regional destinations across the country. The number of monthly active users of major over-the-top, or OTT service apps in Korea has surpassed 20 million yet again, with the figure now becoming the new norm in the domestic streaming market. According to mobile app market tracker Wise App Retail, the combined number of monthly users of leading OTT platforms reached nearly 20.9 million in June, up more than 20% from 3 years ago. Netflix maintained its top position with almost 14 million users last month, capturing a 40% share of the market. The National Maritime Museum of Korea is hosting a special exhibition titled War on the Waves through October 26, in celebration of the 80th anniversary of Korea's liberation and the founding of the Navy. The exhibition explores the history and operations of Korea's naval forces from the late Goryeo period to the late Joseon era. Divided into 3 sections, it showcases a range of artifacts, including naval weapons, armor, books on military tactics, and iconic warships such as the Turtle Ship. That's all from me. Stay tuned to the Culture Wave.
Here's a note to Arirang TV viewers. We are conducting a survey for our programs, including the Culture Wave, to meet our viewers' expectations. Please visit us at www.arirang.com or on the mobile app Arirang TV to give us your valuable feedback. You also have a chance to win some Bluetooth earbuds and K-pop merch.
Since 2022, exports to the Philippines of Korea's iconic alcoholic drink soju have increased over 40% annually. And in Metro Manila, the number of restaurants specializing in samgyeopsal, or Korean-style grilled pork belly, is on the rise. With that, the popularity of samso, which means samgyeopsal and soju, is going up as well. How did this irresistible combination capture the taste buds of the locals there? For that, we connect today to today's K-Correspondent Jeanine Noble Cadavillo, a content creator in the Philippines. Hello, Jeanine.
Hello, Jeanine.
안녕하세요.
Oh, 안녕하세요. Well, Jeanine, please introduce yourself briefly to our viewers and tell us about your first encounter with samgyeopsal and soju.
안녕하세요. Jeanine입니다, with a running total of 13 trips to Korea. And I'm a freelance content creator. I'm a full-time marketing strategist here in the Philippines. I actually can't remember anymore the first time I had samgyeopsal in the Philippines, but I do remember the first time I had it in my first solo trip in Korea. So I had to order like 2 portions, and I thought I wasn't gonna able to finish it, but I did. I finished everything, even the side dishes. I loved it. And for soju, I believe I tried like the plain kind at first, and I hated like how it tasted. And then I tried the flavored soju, and oh my god, I became soju lover right away. Green grape is the way to go for me.
Right. When you have that combination of samgyeopsal and rice and kimchi and soju, then you can go on and on.
Yeah, usually it goes on all night.
But Jeanine, we heard that there has been an increase in people enjoying samso, the combination of samgyeopsal and soju. So how and with whom do people enjoy it usually?
Yeah, well, if it was really because of the K-dramas. Like, it's always showing that samgyeopsal and soju, it makes for a good time. It's a great combination. So I think a lot of people want to try it as well. And you usually enjoy it with friends or workmates. Like after office, that's when people like have samgyeopsal and soju together. And if it's just samgyeopsal alone, it could be with family also, like with your mom and dad and all your cousins there.
So after work, so in the Philippines, is it also common that you go out to eat after work with your colleagues? Does that happen often?
Yeah, actually every weekend type of thing, yeah.
Oh, similar to the 회식s we have here in Korea.
Yes, indeed, indeed. So I know that in the Philippines, the K-wave is very, very popular. And like you said, there is a lot of exposure of this samso trend happening in the Philippines. So when did people in the Philippines start eating Korean-style samgyeopsal, and what's the most popular way for the Filipino people to cook it, or the best way?
Well, I think it was around 2018 when we started having those unlimited samgyeopsal restaurants. And that was really a hit in the Philippines because we like buffets. And when you have like unlimited samgyeopsal, you can get all you want, and then you can try different kinds of meat. I think when it comes to like the preference, some people like the plain ones, some people like the marinated ones. But like we have this formula that we learned in the K-drama that you first start with the plain one and then proceed with the marinated one so that you can eat a lot more and keep the grill clean. And yeah, that's how we usually enjoy it.
That's interesting. So here you see again the influence of K-drama into K-food. Now, Jeanine, let's talk a bit more about Korea's alcoholic drink soju now, which is often called a national alcoholic drink here. So it has also many fans in the Philippines right now. So what is it about soju that makes it so popular? And again, how do you usually drink soju?
Yeah, well, there are also a lot of like idols and stars who are soju ambassadors. And since Hallyu is like a big thing here in the Philippines, we just wanted to see why our idols are like endorsing those drinks. And I think it's also because soju is quite price efficient compared to the other drinks. Like sometimes it's one of the cheapest drinks that you could get at a bar. And then like with 2 or 3 shots, you can get like tipsy already. So that's why it's price efficient in a sense. Like I said, like for me, I personally enjoy flavored sojus, the ones with like peach, green grape, those kinds of stuff. But some people also enjoy mixing it with like cider and yogurt drink or yogurt milk. That's usually the combination that's a hit in the Philippines.
Oh, I should try that out myself.
I have tried it and it is very delicious. Now, you're a perfect person to ask this next question because you have both been, you live in the Philippines obviously, and you have been to Korea. So what's the biggest difference you feel when eating samgyeopsal and drinking soju in the Philippines to, let's say, compared to Korea? And you did actually talk about price before. And I know as a person from Australia, soju in Australia is very, very expensive. Can you tell us about the price as well?
Oh, actually, in terms of the price, there's not much difference in Korea and Philippines. So I think it's like, when I see it at restaurants, like 3,000 won in Korean restaurants. Here in the Philippines, it's like 150 pesos, around that price. So it's really like comparable in terms of price. And I think the more that companies are importing the products, it's getting more affordable. So yeah, that's what I observed. Oh, and the key difference, I know that in Korea, like people of all ages enjoy soju, but in the Philippines, it's more of the young people that enjoy it. You really won't see like our moms and dads enjoying it. They still prefer like the other traditional wines, whiskeys, and like that. But for like young people, like in their 30s, 20s, those are the ones that really enjoy soju.
Interesting.
That's quite interesting. And you are a content creator. I've seen your videos and I've seen your Instagram and everything. So when you make the content related to samgyeopsal or soju, what do you focus on the most and which content received the best response and why do you think that was?
Yeah, well, in terms of samgyeopsal and soju, for my content personally, I like when there's a plot, like there's a romantic story behind why we're in that restaurant or why we're trying that soju. But the ones that worked the most was when I tried like the most expensive soju bottle ever, which was just recently. So like I said, like a bottle of soju is like 3,000 won, right? But I was able to try a bottle that was 300,000 won. And like our reactions were really priceless. And it really showed that it was one of a kind. And then the most expensive or the samgyeopsal in a fine dining restaurant here, that was also like very interesting to our viewers. And it's the same with other content creators. If the samgyeopsal is presented in like a very fancy and non-usual way, it really draws more attention from people.
You're giving me a lot of ideas of where I'm going to go this week to eat out. But Janine, do you have any recommendations for anyone who hasn't yet tried out this combination of samgyeopsal and soju? So what would you recommend to starters?
I think if you're more of a Filipino foodie, for example, go to a Korean barbecue buffet, just so you can try the different kinds of meats. And then you can have soju with it, see if you like the pairing, try it with just soda if you don't like soju, and then do some mixes. But if you are visiting the Philippines, it's good to go to the Korea towns here. So there are ones in Malate, QC, BGC. Those are the ones that serve authentic samgyeopsal. The ones served over charcoal grill, those are the yummiest kinds. And then when you pair it with your favorite soju, oh my God, such a refreshing combo, whatever the day, whatever the season is.
All right, sounds very interesting, Janine. We're very happy to see how this Korean content and Korean food spreads in the region and in the Philippines especially. So thank you for connecting with us today and keep in touch.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Walter. As always, we should maybe mention to our viewers also that extensive drinking, of course, is not good for you, but it's really great to have all these K-content spreading across the world.
Yes.
And we're going to see you back here next week, right?
See you next week.
And thank you for spending the past half an hour with us on the Culture Wave. And please join us again tomorrow on Thursday at 2 p.m. Korea time and maybe one day here in Korea.